beyond those unprofessional policemen that ran into him. And that's exactly the gotcha moment that automatically makes people to say, those who kind of condemn bad behavior or bad behaviors, most of them actually have bad behaviors too. Oh. Me, I have my own bad behavior. I won't lie to you. Sure you get. And one of my bad behavior is that I am very stubborn. And most of the time when I use my stubbornness to do something, I regret. I don't share my regret. I don't share and I don't try to blame anybody. I just sit down here and start blaming myself like, damn it. Yeah, once in a while I take it on the, on the rest of the household by just trying to just be moody and all of that. Because I've made a stupid mistake. Because I wanted to be stubborn. That's a bad behavior for me too. Well, maybe not so bad, like slapping a police officer or even slapping anybody. I don't have that lever to raise my hand and slap my son, no matter what he did, whatever he did. Do you know what that means? To be raised in Nigeria and have the restrained control of not raising your hand, on hitting the people. Something that is so common. Police officer will slap you. They will beat you like you have done something wrong just because they just want to intimidate you and get something from you. Your partner will do something and you're so angry. Oh. And you begin to show love again. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. You made me angry. That's why I slapped you. A lot of our brothers here are in jail in the UK because, of course, what makes you feel manly is something that when you walk and and you become somebody like is a provider, a man, and you've kind of attained some level in this, in the society, sort of, right? You want that manliness. Never. It's called ego, your ego. You don't want it bruised. You don't want somebody that you considered, a little bit below you, even though you know what I mean. You get what I'm trying to say? Whoa! Come here. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Whoa! For kids. Do you know what it takes to be raised in Nigeria? And then you have to find other means of expressing yourself, even though you are angry. Other means, rather than hit people. Well, Baba, they say they say how do they say that one in there's this particular saying, they say the heart of kids, they say na madness, the heart of kids. They say aya ọmọdé ni wèrè dì sí, ẹgbà ló máa fi ń tu. It's a Yoruba thing. They say aya, the chest of a little kid, or the kids, their chest is where you have all kind of madness, those kind of things that they want to do. So the only way to put them right is to cane them and beat them. I can still show you marks of beating when I was growing up. The ones I got from my own parents and guardians and all that. The ones I got from my teachers across all my life. Primary, secondary school. They said they were teaching us, they were training us, but they were actually molding us into what many have become today. Unfortunately, I don't want to go back and question how we were raised, but we all do know that as we grow up, we begin to see that there are other ways of doing things, expressing your anger, your rage. I am somebody who screams a lot. Honestly speaking, every time I scream at, not screaming, like, raise my voice because I'm angry. What do you mean? I always kind of feel so depressed after, not depressed like that, but like, I feel so bad that, oh God, why did I have to like raise my voice that much? I could still say what I wanted to say, though I was so angry. I could still say them and they will still get what I meant without me having to scream like that. And I'll be feeling somehow. I'll be feeling bad. Like, there are other ways. But as a typical Nigerian, they say, You must get where now where they take wash where my if police come now and do you have to now this you know what I mean, because that's how we were raised. We were raised to kind of even though sometimes people actually misapply that too, unfortunately, and a lot of people have to unlearn so many things that finally make them complete gentlemen, and then gentle women or be gentle lady. So you get a lot of things that a lot of people suffered growing up, and what Nigeria has also dished out to us. They kind of made us mean. So it took extras for some people to become so renewed and refreshed enough that when you meet with them and you see how they do things, you'll be so wowed and say, wow, you are so different. Because they decided to be different from what the society is molding us to be. So gotcha. Immediately, the Nigerianness in so many of you kicked in. Some said, I blame the policemen. They're supposed to don't shoot them there. If they say an ordinary person now, they could don't kill them. That's they're supposed to shoot. Shoot them. He slapped the police officer. That's an assault. Here in the UK, if you slap somebody, even your partner, now 6 months in jail. And they're just going to be, if you are just first-time offender, you never slap anybody before, you never kick anybody before. If then grab you, now 6 months, you go. Where? You can't slap police officer, but you can play around with something about 2 years, 3 years. So. And it will then be on your record in a way that the way they will treat ex-convicts, that's where go jail here. It's not the way they will treat you. You will become a person of special interest here in the UK. What will even make you slap a police officer? When you are not on drug, when you are not high. Even if you are drunk, you can't slap a police officer. Do you understand? Because you would have kind of pictured your life, what your life is going to be like. So it's the same thing in Nigeria, right? I can't slap a police officer. What's not they smoke? Which kind of drug? Who be my supplier? Who go make me say, I won't go slap a police officer or slap soldier? Is that not what we say to ourselves? Baba, don't go do mistake, slap soldier. Oh. You don't die, be that. Oh. They even made a joke about it. Or several comedies about, don't try it. Oh. For any reason, don't try and slap a man with gun. So some people are now saying he should be killed. Abba, killed. Now jail time. Which one is killed? He's been attacking Peter Obi. Because he's been attacking Peter Obi, everybody that is attacking Peter Obi is fighting only this. Baba, calm down. Calm down. Even your Peter Obi himself will go and visit and say, I can't cancel you. You get that? But it is the Nigerianness in many of you. Sure, you get the rage, the anger, something that you want to happen to some certain people, so that they can stop being the stumbling block to your freedom. I understand, but that's extreme. And there are many, especially the obedient, who are actually saying he must be prosecuted, which is the right thing to say. No, you don't slap police officer. Police also beat people. No, you don't do that. No, you don't do. You can't do that. Well, look at this Mayegun self. Okay. I'm saying it to you that you can't do that. No matter how terrible they are, you cannot slap a police officer. No, you can't. Abi, you can. Okay. But listen to me. You cannot become what you condemn and then expect that to change. It doesn't work that way. The reason why Nigeria is what Nigeria is today, Shemika tell you, it is not because your criminal leaders are geniuses, that's that much. But they discovered something and they have clinged on to it up to this day. Your division. As long as you are divided, eh, they will have no reason to fear losing power. Because you see, Nigerians, you love your oppressors differently. Some people are saying what Seun did is the right thing to do when your family is in danger. No, it is not the right thing to do. Others are saying that Seun must be shot and killed on the spot. No, what he did is not a death. Is not a death warrant, and the police officers are not caught. Here you get. But nevertheless, Seun is not even a politician. Well, he has a political party, revolutionary political party. He's not a politician, right? Or he's never been in power to say, oh, he's used the position of power on anyone before. But your criminal politicians, that come from your different tribes and different ethnic and different religion and the rest of them, a lot of you love them differently. As you see this one, they'll say, I love him because he's Yoruba. I cannot look around and allow them to attack Igbo leaders. Now, criminal politicians is calling Igbo leaders. So these people are insulting our leaders in the north. They are talking about the criminal leaders from northern Nigeria. So everybody love their criminals. They love their oppressors differently. But when you want to put things in the right perspective or the right way it should be, there's no point in shooting and killing him if you have not seen them done that extrajudicial killing of people. Right? So he should be arrested. Can you even believe that? There are people are discussing if Seun should be arrested or not. The police IG is also, the media says, the police IG has ordered his arrest. Ordered. Okay. Seun also shared his own side of the story. He said he's not chasing clouds. According to him, he said the policeman tried to kill him and his family. He said he has a proof, and he's not chasing clouds. He said the police officer apologized and he has agreed not to press charges. So he said, all of you should mind your businesses so that you don't put the police officer in trouble and make him lose his job. Then, I think a moment later, when Seun heard that the police IG has ordered for his arrest and the investigation, Seun said, I welcome the investigation and will give my full cooperation. Right? And he said he also prayed for the IG that whoever is wrong should be indicted. This is Seun trying to kind of act like he's not worried. But let me tell you something. Seun should be worried for so many reasons. But I will list one or two. It should be. Then for the second part that I think is why he's not so worried is the typical Nigerian system. As all of us are having this chat, you will remember for a very long time that an Afrobeat musician, a supposed human rights activist, slapped a police officer in traffic and on camera. Yeah, that will live with a lot of you for a very long time, I believe. Then it will wear out, like many others that have shocked you in the past. But you see, as we are having this chat here, phone calls upon phone calls, endless phone calls are going on behind the scene, trying to find a soft landing for Seun, because Seun is not me. Seun is not you. You can't slap a police officer and still be alive. And if you are, right now, your entire family and your circle, they would already be feeling like you are dead, even when you are not. You know what I mean? So, as you are having this chat, and Seun himself, currently in their family house as well, right? They are doing everything behind the scene. using the elite, I know you, you know me, this and that. Then before you know it, they will tell you Seun is visiting the Lagos State Commissioner of Police. But in the long run, it seems that a lot of us have actually been hiding, pretending that we hate what the current system stands or represents, while we are actually like waiting for our turns. They are waiting for their turn, and if they have that same chance, you will face more brutality in their hands. No this and no peace. So this Seun issue is now causing more noise, more vile messages, where people are already, as usual, they are taking it to different parts of Nigeria biases, tribe, religion, class, and the rest of that, forgetting the fact that the police committed a crime, Seun committed even a higher crime. And if you want a working country, you can't be a law unto yourself. Nigeria is a jungle, a lawless jungle. But who made it more lawless? The likes of Seun Kuti. So he said he's open for investigation and all of that. Oh, that's just a wash. So Seun will get away with it. You can bank on that. He will get away with it. But for those of you who somehow believe that Nigeria can be saved, conversation like this or happenings like this are enough to let you know that if Nigeria is going to be saved, who are those who are coming to save her? The criminals that are already selling our parts like a spare parts, or those who can't wait to show what they can use power for, no matter how little leverage they have. So in all, it is condemnable. Or hating yourselves and tearing yourselves apart for it. I mean, Shore came up, and Shore, in his own usual way, he kind of picked on the obedient and Obi specifically. And that is kind of, well, lately it is kind of his trend, but this is not the Showore I would ordinarily vouch for when it comes to some of his postulations. You just feel like somebody who is completely against bad behavior. And he doesn't care whose ox is God. It doesn't matter if you call somebody your Lord and Savior. If they have done something wrong, he will speak out and condemn same. But she were the four lands. Sure. I don't know what happened. I don't know if finally somehow people have pushed that your what do you call it, that your resistance button, or something that where you are kind of you're able to like hold back the pressure of playing into the hands of those who kind of believe that you are not real. I have had a chat with you, I've had one-on-one with you, and I've seen few things you've done behind the scene as well, and I'm like, you are as real as you can ever be. It's so kind of so hard, or becoming so hard, to say I understand his mind anymore. Maybe I never did. So what happened? Seun acted badly, a very bad behavior. The one that I believe, after the whole thing, even Seun himself will kind of feel like, maybe I shouldn't have acted that much. No, I shouldn't have. I mean, every reasonable person will be like, okay, I was angry, I was raging, and I feel bad about it. But for Showore to turn around and try to, I don't understand. You know what he said? Specifically targeting the obedient and them. I mean, picking up on their comments, those ones who are like vile comments. I'm talking about those who wish that the police shot and killed Seun there. That was what Showore picked. And he didn't waste time to blame that kind of evil wish on Seun by those Showore called obedient. He said they wanted Seun to be killed because he didn't support Obi. Hello? I mean, come on. Sure you get? And he went on to speak more and more and more. I was like, nah. I would want to see where he, Showore, was able to say, oh yeah, what Seun did there is condemnable. We don't have the full story. We don't know what happened, but the fact that Seun had to slap the police officer on camera and knowing the kind of person he is, right, is condemnable. But we'll wait for the full story. And maybe in addition, you can take a jibe at those who want him to be shot dead. And for those of you who are hoping that he got shot, this is part of the problem. You don't ask that people you don't like should be killed because you don't like them. People that are not in your own, in support of Peter Obi. Sure, you get me now. You don't even have to mention names. I mean, this is me trying to say something else he could have said, and the message will still very much be received. Showore didn't wait. He just went for it. He went for it. And every day, I wish I could just say, show what happened, what's going on. You know? But so people started entering Showore himself, making most of them to continue to. And you know one thing this does, for somebody like myself, who call himself the diary, where we keep every sort of happenings or every happening in Nigeria. From the time we've opened this diary up to these dates, it is the same pattern, the same, routine and the rest of that. Nothing has gone off rail since majority of you have known Mayegun. And it is what you're going to get today, what you're getting now is what so many people got 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 5 years ago. Sure you get. So for somebody like Showore, I know you all have your different, belief about him, and I understand this your election as well. Kind of like I said, sort of popped up and showed everyone where they truly belong to and the rest. Eh? But for somebody like myself, who kind of have chosen the same pattern, speaking that same truth, no matter who sucks is God, and still remaining in that same path, it saddens. It saddens somebody like myself having to see that the effort that I happen to be one of those who documented some of them, the effort of Showore in standing up against this brutish system became almost rubbished simply because of his stand. And every time Showore make his stand or make any kind of a statement or any kind of attack, he forgot that he's not doing so at Obi. Those who usually respond have been those who were once screaming revolution now. And this bitterness sort of is something I don't really get. And this bitterness go both ways. Oh, the obedient are so embittered about anything Showore. Showore and his own revolution now people, they are so embittered about anything obedient. And I was like, what? Like, then I realized Showore found comfort, in stoking that ember of that division. And it saddens the heart of people like us. They said he's saying the truth. The truth to help who? The truth to help Tifnumbu and APC and destroy the Nigerians who have rejected them. What truth are you talking about? To whose gain? But Obi was once in PDP. Are you actually going to continue to say that and then forget and ignore all that really transpired before he left the same PDP? I mean, I'm just asking you, to whose advantage is when you destroy yourselves? Obedient. To whose advantage is it to destroy those revolution now, as all of you are so embittered at yourselves? And the likes of Showore is not even helping matter. He feed into that narrative very well. And the moment he jumped there and you jump at him, the revolution now has jump at you, and you are all there trying to strangulate yourselves. And I continue to watch. I'm like, wow. To whose advantage do you think that will be? It will be to the advantage of those that prompted you to say you don't want this fraudulent system anymore. It will be to the advantage. Maybe you are not thinking about it that way. It rubbishes everything in my book. And today, if you say Showore, if you just put Showore, you will see the amount of hatred and vile messages that comes with that now. And so me watching him kind of trying to do this again and again, oh dear. Well, so we don't want anyone to be killed simply because you don't like them. I know most of what I would tell you, what I'm telling you is not going to change your mind. I am not here to change your minds. No. Do whatever you like. I am just here to summarize them and give you a chance to understand where and which role you are currently playing or you have played, which has served the interest of the same establishment that we all tend to seem to, to be angry at. Seun will be arrested, or they will make a soft landing for him. And you and I will continue to be the awaiting victim. We don't have Fela's name, and we likely don't have a lot of people who are going to give us soft landing, not because we slap a police officer, but simply because of speaking out our mind. And after speaking out your mind, and then the system comes for you, and you realize that those who are supposed to be up and doing and speak for you, they've been so compromised that they lack any kind of legitimacy. Compromise here and there, then you realize that you are on your own. It breaks heart for those who understand what this means. Divided people can never defeat their oppressors. I hope you understand what that means. Showore? I don't know if you are watching. I hope you know what that means. You are a veteran. You know what this means. Every attack or every effort to demoralize, every gaslighting against those that you also reported what they suffer, including yourself, during the NSAS, the suffering under APC, the rigging that saw them killed. Omo, every effort to try to demoralize them is not doing anything to help whatever mission you might have. It is helping the establishments to further keep all of you in that perpetuity, that bondage. So you're not doing anybody any good. Those of you who wanted Seun to be whatever you wanted to be to be done to Seun, you are not doing yourself any good. Seun himself, with his role, especially in the last 6 months, this your charade election, his role in gaslighting those he considered as obedient or obedient, as he called them. Divided, attacking yourselves, going after one another. This Shoren a madman, this Seun a madman, this Obin a crazy man, that one is this or that. To whose advantage, by the way? You are doing it to the advantage of the criminals. Unfortunately, even though, like I said, I am not here to tell you not to do it anymore. I'm just trying to let you understand. Yeah? That all of this is to your own disadvantage. And if you have a chance of being an influencer, somebody that could, me, I know be influencer now, I know they influence anybody. Sure, you get, I wish I have that power where I would just tell you, say, and they will say, Baba Gio have spoken. You know that kind of thing. They will say, Mayegun have said. I don't have that kind of privilege. I don't have that kind of influence. So I decided to just make myself a small conscience, something that will always ring at the back of your mind. Mayegun. I remember when I was watching that Mayegun, when he was saying something, and I can get you thinking. I don't know how, I don't have the power to influence you. If I kind of have that power, I will use that power right now. Because it is so important for all of you to understand. The real elephant in the room is the establishment, which comprises of the Bokwari and his gang, Tifnumbu and his gang, the entire APC structure, Egbekegbe, and what it stands for is anti-Nigeria. So if you feel like you can do it and you can get rid of them, or you can do it, you can get rid of them, or those ones can do it and get rid of them, that means all of you are tired of them. All of you acknowledge that they are the real danger. So when you tear yourselves apart, to whose advantage do you think that is? That's what they think anyway. And hopefully, you will know better. Don't wish anybody get killed because you don't like them. Sure you get? It is a kind of narcissistic, hang on, no. I remember how they spell that narcissistic. Narcissistic. I think it's okay. See the problem of Oyebo now. Let me breathe in, breathe out. Because they call those, there are those they call the narcissists. Narcissists are people who are kind of naturally unempathetic. They don't feel empathy for people. They don't feel sympathy for people. Sure you get? So they will say, narcissistic. God will bless you. The way they pronounce about the way, the way it is written, it is written as narcissistic. But they will pronounce it as a narcissistic. Nah, that doesn't sound right. Narcissistic. Nah. Let's use narcissistic. See, pressure to with that guy. I use that on break.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure to what?
But it is actually like a sickness that makes you feel unempathetic. For example, if they say, Omo, hey, police don't kill a young man, they don't kill two people for there, what's happen? Omo, police just come, they shoot. Where would they play football and they just kill two people? You get Samsung charger. So, Baba, you know what I talk? Area don't scatter, they don't kill two. Baba, give me Samsung charger, Jare. Suradi Taylor just on his generator, I won't go charge. A lot of Nigerians are like that. It got to a stage whereby, a young lady, a doctor, Chinelo, was shot and killed by by Boko Haram terrorists on the Kaduna Abuja rail train. And the young lady tweeted and said, please, I've been shot. Please pray for me. And typical APC, Nigerians, they went there and they were asking, are you dead now? Look at this idiot. Look at this IPOB member. Who want to destroy Nigeria. So they shot you, Abi. You are supposed to be dead by now. This and that. And when they discovered that she was actually shot and she's dead, they started deleting everything they wrote about her. So, when you say you don't like people, or because people you don't like, or some people don't support what you support. Some people don't worship the same God like you. Some people, they don't worth this sort. You don't like them. You look at people like they are worthless. Not be say you self worth too much, but you just stay there. Something just tell you say you did better past those ones. And then somehow you want them. I wish we have a better government, a better soldier. I wish there's a military here that can just come and just shoot everybody and kill everybody for that place. Did you just say that? Do you know people say that they wish? These are the narcissistic projection that I want to employ you. It's not politics. It's not woke. It's not anything. Like I said, I can't change your mind. I can't influence you that you don't like people or you don't like what they believe or what they stand for. I mean, don't get into the stage of hatred to the point that you are now projecting something terrible to happen to them. Come on. So a lot of you who kind of feel like that. You may not know, but it's a very bad thing. Very bad. And don't say, I don't mean it. I'm just saying it now. I know I don't mean it. I don't mean it, Papa. You do mean it. Do you know why you are denying it? Because you know it's a very bad thing. Here you get. It is a very bad thinking to wish something evil happen to people you don't like. And in Nigeria political nonsense, almost everybody don't like everybody. And since they cannot do most to everybody, they cannot do most to themselves the way they would like to. So they just wish. If somebody is from northern Nigeria now, look at this name, Latu Aruno, XYD. Latu Aruno sounded like a name from middle belt part of Nigeria or maybe up north. That's what the name sounds like, right? If to say Latu Aruno, just say you, and with a super chat, I say, you this Mayegun, God punish you. I know many of you whose response will be, see, you Latu, you go see, Boko Haram go soon take your family, Fulani Asmen go soon rape your wife, this one, and that, because you don't like them. And if you have a chance of expressing what you really want to happen to those you don't like from any part of Nigeria, what will you say? Fulani Asmen go rape your wife. As if to say that's a good thing to wish on people. Don't worry. Very soon, the Boko Haram will come and kill everybody in your village. As if that is something. So these are the free things that people say to themselves. Don't worry. Shebi, all of you think say you cannot, you can stop APC. Very soon, the unknown government go kill your family. They go kill your people for Imo. They go do this and that. They are wishing that on themselves because they don't like themselves. It is bad. You should never let your children pick up this behavior. A lot of you say them and you say it to yourself and say, I don't mean it. Some will say, it's because I was angry. That's why I said that. Seun Kuti committed a crime by slapping a police officer. His worst case scenario is to go to jail. And that will take a court to do, not anybody in their private or whatever. Yeah, that's how it works. The police officers that actually hit his family car, he can press charges. When he presses charges, he's not going to charge a police officer. He's ignorant of that, by the way. You're not going to charge a police officer driving a police vehicle for hitting you. You will charge the police force. Because the police force will be and in that official capacity is a police officer, right? Working for the Nigeria police. Whatever he does in that moment, right, is the responsibility of the Nigerian police, except if he kills somebody. Do you understand that? So, Seun can press charges that they put the life of his family in danger. But it will take the normal Nigeria system for Seun not to go to jail. You can bank on that. You don't slap a police officer and walk away. It doesn't work that way. But wishing that something happened to him, that is excessive. And if you are in that category of people who feel like that because you don't like somebody, I want something to happen to them. Hey, you need to check it. Check it, please. That is extreme. Am I going? It's not extreme. God should put. Listen, say what you like, but always remember, you are now sort of, showing the symptoms of a narcissist, a narcissistic person. And narcissistic people are very, very vile and evil. If you have that tendency in you, don't think using it on people you don't like alone will end it. You are going to begin to show that trait as well in people that you think you love. Because all you have to do is to justify your action. Somebody does something to you and you want to justify that action, just go for the broke, do all the damages, and come back and say, I'm sorry that I did that, and you know what I mean? Like, just justify it. If you will ever say sorry anyway. So if you are against a corrupt system that has done so much damages, the one that is almost like breaking up the entire country into pieces right now, the one whose politics have shown how divided Nigerians are, and Nigeria, if you want something different, then you have to do better. A lot of you have to check yourselves, including myself. Here you get. If we are condemning something, we should try our best not to become that thing that we condemn. So I hope my message this morning will guide and help you in the areas of handling your anger, expressing your anger, and controlling and containing them. Because most of the time, we all regret anger. It's just that a lot of you don't say them out. When I get angry, so angry, even if I was right, if I was angry on something right, the fact that I dissipate energy on that anger, on that stuff, I always regret it. I always feel so bad. And somebody said, Mayegun, you are growing soft. No, I am becoming human. That's what happened. I have become human. I have put aside all pretenses, all excuses to justify bad behavior. And I kind of sort of thrive to get better, to be more better and better as time goes by. So if you have a tiny bit of 1-2 people who actually look up to you as well, then you should remember that there are going to be consequences of our actions, including the ones we took or we take when we are angry. You don't set yourself up. Enough that the establishment. Now, this is now beyond all our reactions. So now, for now, the establishment have something on him. And for the rest of his life, they will keep reminding him of that. It's like somebody, they will say, oh, you do something now. Okay, you know what? Let's put it on. Let's pretend that we are forgiving you. But just one more thing. Just one more thing. Just one thing again that we can grab on. So, apart from the fact that we are losing the good men of this generation to what I would call a misplaced priority, our generation owed something. We owe the coming generation something. And that is not to be like the ones before us. We can't blame all the generations before us if they didn't fight enough for us. But we have to blame ourselves that we know better now. We understand the system better. But the time for us to actually take it down and then build something that actually will work for the interest of the people, we were busy tearing ourselves down until we could no longer fight. That is the reason why for this generation, we must kind of call ourselves to order. You know what I mean? If we either set our priority right, or we should stop pretending that we don't like what is going on in Nigeria, when what we actually don't like is the fact that we are not the ones doing all the stealing, all the oppression and the rest. Here you get. We are not. We need to prove that we are not actually waiting for our time or our own turn to unleash terror, unleash oppression, unleash the wars that we are currently suffering from right now. And if we can't really prove that, then we'll probably hold the coming generation a big apology. Because now, what I know at my age, my parents didn't know when they were my age. What I know about the world today, my parents didn't know them when they were my age. Because during their time, the resources that I have access to today, that is kind of prepared me for whatever the world is going to ever become, they didn't have it. So if we say they didn't fight much, fair enough. What about us that knows better now? But rather than us to take our stand on something that quite will stand the test of time, if we then choose to destroy those who manage to stand out, we shouldn't blame the generation before us. And we should be prepared to issue a lifetime apology to those coming after us. I'll leave you with that and see you later tonight. Do you know that our Papa has ordered for the arrest of Peter Obi? Do you know that? Oh, you didn't know? Okay. Our Papa said that if any member of a Labour Party or anybody call obedient say they should not inaugurate Kalu as the president of Nigeria, our Papa said arrest Obi. Arrest him. So the shege, the wahala is cooking. Join me later tonight. If you have the time, I'll see you then. So good night or good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.